Hey everyone, it's Simon from Higher Plane Games. I hope you're well and welcome to Safety First. It is one of those types of games that makes you frustrate and laugh and rage and get angry in equal measure. However, there is some fun to be had, I genuinely, but it's just, sometimes it's a bit annoying. As with all of these types of games, I'm just going to dive into classic. Let's go back to the beginning again. So, you control this little man here. The left stick and the right stick essentially move your legs around, but they're kind of tied to whatever you're doing. So you end up kind of sliding around like this, as opposed to like actually taking a step, if that makes sense, because it's easier. And the idea is that you, at the moment at least anyway, with the opening set of levels, is that you need to get yourself over and basically piss in the gap. Your yellow repair liquid. So that was funny for like the first couple of levels, and then it just becomes a game mechanic. Your piss, let's just call it what it is limited. What one of the biggest, or at least so far it is anyway, goodness is that these pissy liquids, as you saw there, you just have to get them vaguely close. You don't have to actually line them up and in. Oh, there we go. And of course, as you can see, I'm stepping onto where the broken wires are, so at least that doesn't kill me that way. But what you'll see, and we'll see it when these levels start to get a bit more difficult, and here's a prime example, is that just by pressing up on both of the controls, in fact I can just keep going and going and going. And eventually you'll come back down again. And there we go. Oh, my legs! Whoopsie! And the other thing as well is that because none of the other body parts that you have you can control, you're essentially playing with the legs. So it's making sure that you don't hit the other bits of the body with what else is out there. There we go, thank God for that. So hard that it kind of snaps off and dies. But, oh dear. But with all of these kind of physics-based games, it essentially comes down to how ridiculous is the physics, and are you trying to have just a comedy experience where you're probably not going to get anywhere with the game at all, or if you're trying to go for a proper game. And where I get confused with Safety First is that I'm not entirely sure which one it's trying to be, because the jumping mechanic is really, really weird. Because you're essentially, it's like your feet are rocket boosters. And so actually, oh my God, my legs! What you're trying to do, there we go, is like do non-jumps, because you'll get like so much momentum. Like that. And as you can see, your legs kind of get a bit... There we go. That'll do. Get a little bit of pissy dribble in there. Ladder problems. Actually, this would be a really good one to kind of show it, is that essentially your legs keep spreading, and they don't necessarily work well when you're pressing up like that, because your body kind of overtakes itself. And then when you're the wrong way round, it's like practically impossible to put together a proper jump or anything like that. Ah, self-improvement. Well done me. Steam achievement. Yay. And this was kind of where I'd got up to pretty much before. tell I'm concentrating. I've gone quiet. And it's making sure that you don't get your legs kind of tied up a little bit. Oh, come on. Hey, there we go. So I'm not even going to get up. Ah! You do have a suicide button. Which is much amusement. And the one thing that I will commend this game for, actually, is... that is quite funny, to be fair. Is that if you get something wrong 5 times in a row... Oh my god. You will get cheat essentially come up, and you can press Y on the Xbox 360 controller, and it will let you I want to get my arm. Ah! Let's try that again. Very echochrome with the shadow in the rear. Quite like that. Okay, I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Yes! I've unlocked a new play mode. Yay! Speedy physics, speedy music. Drunk play plus German swear words. Superb. But that's kind of safety first in a nutshell. Rule bending allowed. Ah, nearly. Dear, that's a lot of pissy blood. But yeah, once you get around the whole understanding how the feet work, and that it's not in terms of taking steps, it's sliding and like rocket boosting. I'm just going to leave that there to spaz out. I find it quite funny. The game becomes a little bit more easier to deal with, but not necessarily. It is fun and it's funny. But because the physics are so floaty, and I mean so floaty, that as soon as you're expected to do things that require jumps and precision and stuff like that, it starts to verge a little bit more towards a chore than it is to do with fun. And I get that that's the point of these types of physics games, but yeah, you'll be using the cheat command quite vigorously to want to get through some bits and bobs, but yeah, if you enjoy these kinds of physics games, it's well worth picking up. I think if you're coming into this thinking, "Ooh, I'd quite like a funny little platformer," I think you'll get frustrated quite quickly. I'll be kicking around with some of this before. These kinds of games, for me personally, are better. I'm just going to do a quick one with speedy graphics and music. Oh my god. Excellent. But if I'd pissed beforehand, I'd be alright. Yeah, these games for me work best when you're already drunk. And then it may make a bit more sense. And I'll leave you on that note. You guys will take care. Thanks for watching. I hope this floats someone's boat. Remember kids, safety first. Don't split off your legs trying to piss in an electrical gap. Bye for now.